In this video, I'm going to tell you what movies you should be excited for in 2021. Hey, it's me AP. 2020 is finally over, ladies and gentlemen, and 2021 has arrived, and we have lots of movies that are coming out this year because of all the delays last year. So in this video, I'm going to just go through all the ones that I'm looking forward to seeing this year and the ones that I'm excited to see, and hopefully you'll be excited as well when I'm discussing them. So let's crack on and let's talk about the movies to be excited for in 2021. So the first movie I want to discuss is Coming to America, the sequel to the original Coming to America movie starring Eddie Murphy. Now, I'm really excited for this movie. I really enjoyed Coming to America, the original movie. I thought it was a great comedy movie, fantastic performance from Eddie Murphy as always. He's a really good comedy actor. And this was the height of Eddie Murphy's prime in movies for a lot of people. He's obviously done stuff since the 80s, but really this is where he flourished as an actor, as a comedy actor. And the idea of Coming to America 2, initially I was like, what are they going to do? But I suppose that intrigue now has got me to the point where I'm looking forward to seeing this movie, and I think it'll be a really fun watch. So this movie is coming out to Amazon Prime Video in March, and I'm hoping it's going to be just as funny as the original movie. As I said, a lot of the original cast is returning for this, and we've got a few new additions as well in the cast, like Wesley Snipes. So I'm sure it will be a good, fun movie to watch. It might not be the best movie of the year, but it's just something to light up our moods at the start of 2021. So we heard at the back end of last year that Warner Bros. Will be releasing a whole bunch of movies this year on the streaming service HBO Max. And one of those movies that I am really looking forward to seeing this year is The Suicide Squad, the sequel to the original Suicide Squad movie, but this one is being directed by Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn. Now, I've seen I've not seen the trailer, they've not released a trailer as of yet, but they've released a teaser trailer for this movie so far, and they released a whole bunch of images. This looks a lot different to the original movie, the original Suicide Squad. It feels a lot more comedy influenced. It feels they've taken a lot from Guardians of the Galaxy for this. I mean, I remember when the first Suicide Squad movie came out, and people were just saying, "Oh, this looks like a carbon copy of Guardians of the Galaxy," and they used like certain bits. I think it was like "Spirit in the Sky," is it that song? They used that in the movie, and that was used in the first Guardians movie. So it felt like they were trying to just take the success of what was created by Marvel with Guardians of the Galaxy, and they were just trying to take that and use that as a fitting for the first Suicide Squad movie. But now they've went all out and actually got the director of Guardians of the Galaxy in James Gunn. And as I said, it looks bright, it looks colourful. I've never read a Suicide Squad comic, but I've seen the covers and bit of the artwork from them early Suicide Squad comics. And it really does look like they've just took it from the comic book straight to screen. So it looks vibrant, it looks cool. I think it's an exciting cast. They've added a lot of new cast members to this, including John Cena, WWE superstar John Cena. Idris Elba joins the cast. And then you've got the cast from the previous movie included as well, like Harley Quinn, Joel Kinnaman is there again, and we've got Captain Boomerang. So it's incorporating both movies, and I think it's going to be an exciting movie. I think it's going to be a fun movie, and that is going to be coming to a hybrid release this year. It's going straight to HBO Max the same day that it's released at movie theaters as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Suicide Squad 2, whatever you want to call it. I think it's going to be a really good watch. The next movie I want to talk about is coming out in July this year, and it is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I had to write that down, I had to just rehearse that in my head because it's quite a long title. It must be probably one of the longest titles for a Marvel movie so far. So this is something new. It's a new franchise for the MCU. And that, for one, first of all, is quite exciting. I love just seeing new properties. Like when Captain Marvel came out, I wasn't the biggest fan of Captain Marvel, but it was just fun to see new characters and just to see how they develop a character that is somewhat unknown. To me, I don't know anything about Shang-Chi. I don't know anything. I've read stuff recently just to sort of up my game on knowing more about this character. But what I like, the going in a different genre again, and they've done this a few years ago. As I said in previous mention of the Suicide Squad, we have Guardians of the Galaxy. When they went and made Guardians of the Galaxy, we didn't have this idea of going to space. It was very much an unknown entity within the MCU, but they kept on talking about the cosmic side of films, and they wanted to tell that story. But now this movie is telling a side of the martial arts side of the MCU. So we've got Shang-Chi, who is a martial art master, and this is I think it's going to be a very interesting watch. One show, I really enjoyed the Netflix shows, and Iron Fist, I watched the first Iron Fist season, and I really enjoyed that. I know it got some really bad reviews, but I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed that element of, having martial arts included within this universe full of superheroes, and it just felt different. It felt a lot newer, and it was just something different from what they were doing. And I think that's cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind having mutants and magic and Captain Americas, but it's just nice to break that mold sometimes. And I think Shang-Chi, for me, it's a question mark, because there's a lot of intrigue, because I don't know much about the character, and I don't know what to expect from the movie. But that's what makes it more exciting for me as a viewer. So for me, I'm very much looking forward to seeing the Shang-Chi movie. I think it's going to be an awesome watch. So the next movie I want to discuss is Space Jam: A New Legacy, starring LeBron James. I mean, I was brought up when I was a kid. Space Jam, the original Space Jam movie came out, and that movie was huge. People couldn't stop speaking about that movie. It was so fun to watch. It was a big movie at the time, and I feel like it's a bit of a film that's been forgotten with time. And I know for years and years we've heard of these rumours that we're going to get a Space Jam sequel, and nothing ever happened. Nothing happened with Looney Tunes, and it felt like Looney Tunes, that property in general, just kind of went down the scale of people's impressions of what they wanted in the film. I think people just didn't want Looney Tunes for quite some time, and I suppose now there's not a massive energy for Looney Tunes, but maybe this will ignite that energy again for people's love of those characters like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. So we're getting a sequel. We don't know much about this, but we know it's going to be very much a similar premise to the original movie. Michael Jordan is not the main star this time around. It is LeBron James, who is, I believe, he's one of the best basketball players out there at the moment. I don't know anything about basketball, but I know the name LeBron James. I've heard it many a times, and yeah, I think it'll be a fun movie if it can get the similar tone and feel of the first movie. I think it'll be great. I really do think it'll be a good watch. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Space Jam 2, Space Jam: A New Legacy, that is coming to HBO Max in July. Next on my list of movies to be excited for in 2021 is Black Widow. So Black Widow is the Scarlett Johansson female-led superhero movie that we wanted to see for years. I know I certainly have wanted to see this one for years. And yeah, it's coming out this year. Finally, we get to see Black Widow. This was a movie that was meant to be coming out last year, I believe, and it just one of those that just got delayed, and now it's been pushed back to this year, 2021. So, I mean, what to expect, really? This is a movie that is set before the Avengers movies, the Infinity War and Endgame ones, because I'm sure a lot of you have watched that. We know how her story ends, and this is going to be... I don't believe it's going to be a full-on origin, but it's going to be in the midst of her being Black Widow. I think it's set in between, the first Avengers and them last two Avengers movies. So it's going to tell the story sort of how she become the Black Widow, and discussing her extended family, her sister, who's I don't think she is a blood sister, but she's very much been brought up like a sister because they were part of this, this little secret spy school in Russia where they just trained them to be like ninja-like spies, and that's where we got the Black Widow. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. Is it Florence Pugh or Florence Pugh? I think she's a British actress. She played. Who did she play? She was in the wrestling movie with The Rock, where she played the female superstar that just totally goes out of my brain now. I can't think of it now. Paige, that was it. Paige, the WWE superstar. So she was in that movie Fighting With My Family. And I really enjoyed that movie. I thought it was a really, as a wrestling fan, I really got into it. I thought it was just a really fun watch. And it was nice just seeing a biopic of a wrestling story. It was something different. And I've not seen that type of movie before. So yeah, I enjoyed her performance. It sounds like she is going to be the Black Widow moving forward in the MCU, and if they do like Young Avengers as well. So I think it's going to be an exciting movie. It's going to be somewhat different. I suppose it's going to be looking into the idea of spies, maybe. We're going to maybe hopefully see more of that, like the spies of the MCU. And yeah, double agents, you can't go wrong with double agents. So the last movie I want to talk about today, the one I'm really excited to see, is Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 is scheduled to come out in December of this year. And there's a lot of rumours. There's a lot of rumours at the moment of who's going to feature in this movie. We've not had an official unveiling of the cast. They're keeping it all under wraps at the moment. So it has been rumoured heavily that in this movie we will see in some shape or form all three Spider-Man live-action actors returning in this movie. So this movie is going to be Tom Holland's movie, but it's going to incorporate Andrew Garfield from the Amazing Spider-Man movies and Tobey Maguire as well. This is all heavily rumoured, but it's been rumoured for quite some time. These rumours seem very much true from what everyone's saying. It's also meant to be featuring Harry Osborn, the original actor, William Dafoe, Dr. Octopus, it's Alfred Mena, I can't remember his full name. The second Green Goblin actor from the second set of movies, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, the guy who played the Green Goblin in that one. Maybe Emma Stone. I think Emma Stone's been rumoured, and the original Mary Jane actress as well. So it's basically all the main cast members from all three sets of Spider-Man movies all included into this. And we don't know like what capacity it's going to be at the moment. We don't know if it's just going to be a small cameo for the likes of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, or if they're going to feature throughout the whole movie. I would imagine it's going to be more of small cameos, or maybe a coming together nearer to the end of the movie. But we've got Electro as well. Electro, he's going to be featuring as well, Jamie Foxx. So again, there's another one. It keeps on coming. I just keep on thinking of like more actors that are heavily rumoured to be included. So yeah, I think it'll be a case where they all come together at the end of the movie. I don't think it's going to feature them throughout the whole movie. I think it's going to lead to a full-on Spider-Verse movie, a live-action Spider-Verse. But I think this is sort of like the baby steps. I may be wrong. It may be from the very start of the movie. It may be a full-on live-action Spider-Verse. But I think if we knew it was going to be a Spider-Verse, I think they'd be hyping that up now, because it's December. It's coming out, rumoured to be well, this is the set date at the moment. We know how dates shifted last year, so do not be surprised if this is pushed back to the summer of 2022. But either way, as a fan of MCU movies, of Marvel movies, comic book movies in general, the idea of having three separate Spider-Man actors come together for one big movie just sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I'm looking forward to seeing that first trailer, because then, hopefully by the first trailer, we'll get a better idea of what is going on with Spider-Man 3. So yeah, stay tuned for more news with Spider-Man 3. I'm sure over the next few months we'll hear a lot more about this movie. Thank you for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed my choices for movies to be excited about this year in 2021. I must say there was lots of movies that are left out, and I could have easily picked like a Matrix 4 or any other number of movies that have been released this year, but these are the ones what I'm really excited to see, and I hope maybe you've not heard of these movies yet coming out this year, or maybe you weren't aware they were coming out this year. And I hope it's made you a bit more excited as a viewer of movies. We had a dismal year last year. 2020 was awful. It was an awful year for the human race, and it was an awful year also for movies as well, secondary. But 2021 at this moment in time looks a bit better for movies. It looks like we know when movies are coming out. Companies they know what is ahead in regards to releasing movies this year. So hopefully we do get to see all these movies be released this year, unless, and if that doesn't happen, I will make the video this time next year, movies to be excited for in 2022, and maybe all these movies will be on the same list that year, next year. So again, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.